Graders, Mr. Songer with you, and this is for the makeup lesson for lesson number 9. And for this lesson, you're going to need your accent and achievement book, and percussion. You should be playing on mallets for this one. And we're going to open up that book to page 36 and 37, and we're going to talk about minor scales today. And I'm going to introduce to you the 3 different types of minor scales that we have in music. And before I do that, let me just say that there's also 12 major scales, and you've learned a few of these. You've learned concert B flat, concert E flat, concert F, concert A flat, to name a few. Those are the most common ones. And all 4 of those major scales I just mentioned have 8 notes in them. They go up an octave, 1 note at a time, and they all have a unique key signature. Each one of those scales has a different key signature. Now, for each one of those major scales we've talked about in band, they have what's called a relative minor scale. And that means that the minor scale has the same key signature as the major scale. So as you look at page 36, you'll notice your first scale, the concert B flat major scale, and then the second scale, the concert G harmonic minor scale, have the same key signature. In fact, so does the third one, the concert G melodic minor scale. So those are relatives. All right. Now, let me introduce you to this concept of how there are 3 different kinds of minor scales. So for every major scale, there are 3 relative minor scales. You can kind of consider them cousins of that major scale, okay? And so those minor scales, they all are in the same key. So concert B flat, major scale, has 3 minor scales. They're all concert G. One is the harmonic minor, which is there in your book, the second one. One is the melodic minor, the third one. And then one is not in your book. It's called the natural minor. And I'm actually going to start with that one. We're actually going to try some of these minor scales. So the natural minor scale is the same notes as the major scale. If you notice on the harmonic and melodic minor, the second and third scale in your book, as you look through those scales, they have accidentals in there. A natural minor scale doesn't have any accidentals. Okay, it's the same key signature as the relative major, and there's no accidentals. It's just whatever's in your key signature. Okay, I wish the book had put that in there so you could see it. Let's look at the harmonic minor scale, the second one. You'll notice that it almost has no accidentals, but the 7th note, or the second highest note, has a sharp by it. Okay. If you're playing low brass or flute or oboe or mallets, that second highest note, it doesn't have a, it has a, an F sharp by it, an F sharp. Okay, that's the second highest note. If you were playing the clarinet or the tenor sax or the trumpet, that second highest note is a G sharp. If you're playing the alto saxophone, that second highest note that you have right there is going to be a D sharp, which is the same as E flat, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and your pinky key on your bottom hand, the top pinky key. Okay? And then if you're playing French horn, that second highest note is going to be C sharp. So you have that accidental in there. Let's try playing that harmonic minor scale, the second one on page 36. 1, 2, ready? Okay, has a very cool sound to it. I love harmonic minor scales. If you look at the next one, melodic minor, they add another accidental right before that sharp. Okay, for the low brass, for the flutes, oboes, percussion, they add an E natural. For the French horn, it's a B natural. For the clarinets, tenor sax, trumpet, it's an F sharp. And then for the alto sax, bari sax, it's a C sharp. That's the note that they're adding in there, in addition to the one that we had in the harmonic minor. But then notice when melodic minor goes back down, like the third measure, those accidentals are canceled out, and they go back to what they were in the key signature. So let's try that. This is the melodic minor scale, the third one on page 36. 1, 2, 3. So there you go. That's your harmonic and your melodic minor scales in the key of concert G. And again, there's another one, it's natural minor, and it's not in here, and that would just have no accidentals in it, okay? So that 6th and 7th note would just be whatever they are in the key signature, all right? So hopefully you can take away from this video that there are 3 different kinds of minor scales: harmonic minor, melodic minor, and natural minor. And they all have a relative major scale. Whatever major scale has that same key signature, okay? To complete this makeup lesson and get your points, I would like you to record those 2 scales, the 2nd and 3rd scale, on page 36. Thank you. Have a great day.